I am Peruvian, and the way that I learned about this reserve was just, it kind of happened. I had a conversation one day with a friend who is a biologist, and he works, he's doing his thesis at the Bukit San Juan Reserve. And so I contacted the reserve, which has a research center, and we kind of interchanged ideas, and they wanted someone to, for free, film some of their animals and kind of make a short video about the effects of the environment that are going on in the environment. So in exchange for that, we partnered up, and I was able to go to Peru and make these films without paying the expensive film permits that BBC and National Geographic pay to go there. So yeah, that's how.
Okay, very good. Sarah, I'd like to answer that question.
Sure. The America's Wilderness series, just for a little bit of background, if people aren't familiar with designated wilderness, it's a federal designation for all four land management agencies have. The National Park Service has 60, I think, wildernesses in 49 different parks. So that gives us a pretty amazing options. They've selected, we've been sort of going at them based on, particular sort of strategies and to show the diversity of it, but that's kind of the world that we're working with for that series. And like I said, you can't really ask for a better world. So the Belize program is probably more than I love gear, I love turtles. And so I've been looking for a turtle project for a while, and that was, I also teach at Marymount University, and we have a study abroad program there. Belize also has an advantage of having English-speaking turtles, which is good. So, but there's a lot of turtles out there, so that's how I like to pick. But
Very good. Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. Okay, yes, Sarah.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure that this necessarily showcases how I would typically go about finding a project, but usually we all have a lot of interest in stuff, and so I'm usually just reading the news and find things that I find interesting, and we'll do a little bit more research, maybe find a story, and if something really grabs at me, then I'll go pursue it. But as Sarah said, she just gave you the background of the Wilderness series. We're a little bit more confined in terms of how we go about doing some of this.
Before we go on, Leonard, are you satisfied by their answers? Are you getting the answers that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, Sylvia. Who else hasn't spoken on this? You? Okay. Yeah, and then, okay, so Sylvia first, then Jenny.
I'd say a lot of it comes from curiosity, just natural curiosity to want to know about things, one, and then also to want to share things that you feel like are important. And for me, I feel like a lot of it has to do with personal connection. I definitely tend to make stories that resonate in some way with the experiences that I've had, and who I've been, even within the wilderness, where we're given areas that we need to focus on, but within that we've had a lot of creative freedom to choose what kinds of stories we tell, and that comes from curiosity and personal connection, I think.
Well, for the photo camps, it's normally up to the partners, and there's normally some sort of environmental connection they want us to explore. Like Sandy said, I'm going to go out and do another one in the Delta in Northern California in a couple of weeks, and that just came about from a partnership with World Cup. But for my own work, it's really just such a variance, and one of my favorite things I've worked on is actually just right in my own backyard is this Veterans Farmers piece I'm doing right now, and it's just all people I grew up with, and so sometimes you don't have to travel to find the story, it's just right there.
Yes, Sandy.
And one of the honest answers is where the money comes from.
That is so true.
Can I add a question on this?
Yeah.
Any of the five of you have a particular curiosity, to use your word, in filming either cheetahs as a species or the Antarctic as a location? Particularly the deep lakes of the Antarctic.
Cheetahs.
Cheetahs? Who said that?
Yes, Sylvia said cheetahs.
Mine's Antarctic, so I can get my 7th continent.
Well,
okay, and Sarah.
yeah, before it was turtles, it was penguins. So, which is why I'm jealous. Yeah, you probably couldn't see.
I
Yeah.
have to agree with Sarah.
Penguins are awesome. So Antarctic would be amazing, but
For
cheetahs.
emperor penguins, you'd like to shoot?
Yeah, that sounds good. All penguins. all 17 types.
Are you asking this question because you know where to get funding? As following on Sanders' comment, you're lucky you know where to
I
get
think
funding.
that was your question about funding, that's why I voiced it. Yes.
Yeah, I would shoot cheetahs too, but I would really, really happily shoot penguins.
Yeah.
I mean, film penguins.
You
Yeah.
can't provide the two.
And Sarah would like to film cheetahs chasing penguins.
No.
The best cheetah filming was a young cheetah in the Cincinnati Zoo named Sarah, who was the protagonist. The National Geographic funded a rather elaborate venture to do a super high-speed camera running about the length of a football field with Sarah running that length. And it's the most spectacular photographic shot of a 60 mile per hour after 6 seconds cheetah run.
Wow.
Very creative.
We know someone who
Yeah.
was in the program last year who was obsessed with Helena Svedberg. She's obsessed with
All big cats.
all big cats, and was originally going to do her thesis on cheetahs, or I think it was cheetahs.
I'm on the Cheetah Conservation Fund. I'd be happy to pass a card, and you can connect that to that person I'd like to know.
I actually had, we have one of the Center for Environmental courses goes to the Galapagos, and I actually was swimming and saw a penguin and a turtle at the same time with my own eyes, and got pooped on, but that was okay. It's a penguin.
Okay, we're gonna finish up the evening. Anybody got one final quick question before we finish up? Anybody have a final question? Yes.
I would like to hear what your next project is.
Okay, next project. We'll start here with Jenny. Next project.
Well, my next project is working with these veterans that are working in sustainable agriculture industries. It's going to be a film looking at different perspectives of both female and male veterans.
Good, Anna.
Well, I am currently seeking funds to make a series of films in partnership with the Punta Fund Reserve that are geared towards the community of Marcona, which is the town that's nearest to the reserve, to teach them about the animals that they have and the importance of marine protected areas, because in the past, the people of the town have not been very happy with marine protected areas because they can't fish there, so we're trying to make films to educate them about the importance of these areas.
Sorry.
My next film is about emperor penguins in Antarctica, and but while we're working on the details for that, I'll be working on additional videos with the Park Service, so more wilderness awesomeness and some additional things that are in the works that we can't tell, only Jenny's dad knows about them.
So yeah, I mean, also additional Park Service videos for the short term. Actually, I'm trying to push one in Olympic National Park that I really would love to do. It's on the Quinault community, and sort of a woman there who is organizing youth trips into the wilderness to sort of vision quests, I guess, but more getting in touch with their cultural roots and becoming, or becoming sort of, what's the word? Just sort of welcoming their role as stewards of that park, and yeah, and then there's some other environmental related videos that I would like to do, but not for now.
Okay, and so
I'm working on the film that Sandy mentioned called Roaming Wild, the feature-length documentary about the controversy over wild horses on our public lands out west. And we follow a ranching family, a horse advocate or activist, and a kind of crazy mountain man, and then a herd of wild horses. And so that's a whole story.
wonderful. Okay.
Roamingwildfilm.com.
Say that again.
Roamingwildfilm.com.
Roamingwild.com.
Roaming Wild Film.
Roamingwildfilm.com. Very, very good.